A very pleasant day to you, dear friends. Getting back to where we left yesterday, let us sit and analyze, or rather discuss, how we can put our best foot forward a month and a half before the exam. Coming to the first category of candidates who are 90% up prepared, whom I would say in the system, for them, it's the what if question that bothers them. The various factors would involve factors that are under their control and the factors that are not under their control. So what do we do in such a case? What is important is sit one day and sort out the factors which you can control before your exams and the factors which are not under your control. So let us list the factors that are under such a candidate's control. The preparation itself. 90% of the course content is prepared. And are you really confident that you prepared 90%? You have to answer that question. If not, you can sort it out. The other thing is your practice test papers which have been assessed. Have you got them sorted? Simple exercise physical, you can do that. And have you planned a group of similar candidates who are appearing for the exams? Have you planned something in terms of discussions and mock tests so that you can sit and feed off each other's knowledge? Have you also sorted out your minor areas that require correction and that requires some kind of a remedial help in such a case? Have you sorted them out? And most clearly, do you have a target percentage clearly etched out? This is very, very important and which is definitely under your control. Coming to the factors that are not under your control, two major such factors would be, what would be my rank at the end of the exam? It's definitely you cannot control. You can set the target percentage, but you don't know how the others are doing, so you're not very sure about your rank. It's not under your control. What would be my medical condition on the day of the exam? Will I get jitters? Will I have a stomach upset or any such thing? Definitely not under your control. And because of this, there are certain things like jitters, nervousness, GBs, which are again not under your control. So how do you reconcile, how do you resolve these kind of factors which are not under your control? Simple concept. Relinquish, accept the fact that they are not under your control. You just have to see that you accept this fact and you see that things would sort out themselves. You can decrease the probability of not falling sick on the day before your exams. You can reduce it. That's under your control. And a few other tips too. First thing that is there is your nap. See that you have no afternoon naps, rather have one single long stretch of sleep in the night. Don't get into any kind of verbal duels, tiffs, quarrels, arguments with people who are near and dear, your friends, your relatives, because it will play upon your mind and you won't be able to concentrate on your work. Then food. Food is another thing. See that you have very nice healthy food, more of liquids, plenty of juices, plenty of water, salads, fruit. Friends, at this time don't bother too much about the sugars. Have a lot of natural sugars because it will keep your brain totally pepped up. If you have a pet, cuddle it, talk to it. It is a wonderful stress buster. Set small goals which are achievable for each day and see that they are completed or they are attained. Never hesitate to start the day with your work, but don't worry too much if you're not able to complete your target. You can always try it for the next day. You can push it on to the next day. Things will fall in place. Coming to a place to study, it's your home. Choose a suitable place which is comfortable, but there is not much of distraction, where you feel you really can put your best foot forward. Keep your mobile phones off as much as possible. Don't set your targets based on others' targets. You are moving with friends. Set your targets according to how you have understood yourself. And trust me, these issues of nervousness and all would happen only on the first day of the exam. Once you appear for the exam, you will be on a roll. Things will fall in place themselves. And never worry about what if my brain deceives me at the last moment and I may not get key points. Don't worry, the brain is an amazingly resourceful device. At the right time and under pressure, it will see to it that it sorts out and maps out key information and presents you on a platter with minimum interference. Unless you belong to the category of less than 60% prepared. What is done in such a case? Nothing is lost, all is not lost, as long as you accept the fact that you cannot thoroughly exhaust the course content at this time. What is required is a strategy planning and not just relying on your knowledge base. And what would the strategy involve? Sit down for 1 hour, note down all the points in terms of course content that needs to be worked upon. Then give a mental run to everything that you're very confident about. Just give a quick mental run so that it gives you a booster. I know this much and I know I do not know that much. Keep again your practice papers which have been assessed, your test papers at your coaching class or any place where you got additional help. Keep it ready. If you do not have sufficient, you can take photocopies of your friend, because it is these assessed papers which will make your study matter, the studying process faster. They will act like ready reckoners and you know what to do and what not to do. Again, set up small goals which are achievable and you will achieve them in the first or 2 days. Here is a word of caution. There is a word of caution here. When you do on the first day and you find positive results, you suddenly feel very happy, euphoric. You will feel, oh, what I have not been able to do in the first 4 months, I have done in 1 day. And then don't give up and start feeling too good about it. Continue, see that you maintain a sustainable rate of preparation. As I told, start every day, set a goal, try to achieve at least 80 to 90% of those small goals. If not, don't worry about how you end the day. You end it happily and things can be pushed forward to the next day without too much amount of postponing. And very important, maintain a progress graph. That will help you plan a strategy for day 1, day 2, day 3 and so forth. And keep your mobile phones off. Don't discuss your strategy with casual friends, neighbors, relatives and many such people, because they will have very casual advice which may not be relevant to you. You will just end up bothering too much about it. Don't worry unnecessarily about these things. And definitely certain other tips too. On the day of your exams for both the categories, try to go in for private vehicles rather than depending on public vehicles. Maybe you could pool in. And again, getting back to the people who are a little less prepared, remember, it is not your best effort, but at the same time, you are not willing to give up. This should be your spirit throughout those 1.5 to 2 months of preparation, and you will find there will be a conspicuous confidence level rise in you. Remember what Florence Nightingale said, I attribute my success to this. I never gave up. And attaining success, how do you attain success? When you attain success, what you become by achieving your goals is much more important than what you get by achieving your goals. With that, I end my discussion, my talk with you, wishing all of you the very best for your exams, and one word of caution, one caveat, don't bank too much upon these best wishes. Have a great day. Thank you.